What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about 6 big tech stocks. But before I do that, please hit that like button. That really helps out with YouTube algorithm and that is greatly appreciated, guys. And also check out the Patreon, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And now let's get right into it with Apple, which is down 1% on Friday. Finally, we saw a move here on Apple stock to the downside, all the way down to 164.49. And look at this. I mean, this is still a strong bullish trend and it's not rolling over easily. Now, the earnings are also coming. I mean, look at this, guys. Next month, on the 4th, Apple earnings. So that is going to be massive for the market. And also, I think Microsoft. And this week, we got Meta, Google, Amazon, I think also. So huge earnings weeks this week and also next week. So on Friday, yes, Apple is down close to 1%, but end of the day, it's holding 165. Once again, as the support came back up, and I think pre-market it was down to almost 163. So Apple stock is down close to 1%. It's holding 165 right on top of this 13 SMA orange line right here, and it's holding, guys. Also, intraday, Apple stock got up to 166.45, and look at this, 166.20. We have blue line 5 SMA, so that is going to be a resistance to watch, 166.20. Above that, now Apple can run all the way up to 170. Now 165 gives up on Apple stock, we could see a drop down to 163.46, positively sloping white line 20 SMA. That's going to be a strong support, so it's not going to die that easily. We need some catalyst for market to pull back, and especially on Apple stock, I think investors are waiting for the earnings. And if the earnings are bad, and I'm not going to predict that, guys. Last earnings, it wasn't that great. And guess what happened? Same thing with Microsoft. We saw a massive rally because we, as a retail investors, traders, we do not move the market. So let them do their things, and then we will know what direction Apple will pick with good earnings, bad earnings. Are they going to actually sell? Because there is not much upside on Apple stock. Yes, we could possibly see 180, a new 52-week high, but at some point, we're going to see a pullback on Apple stock. And don't forget, these gaps down here will also get closed on Apple, one at 158, one at 146.71. So going into tomorrow, 165 will be a key level of support, 163.46 also another strong support, and then watch out for 160, gap at 158.49, and then 157, that breakout on Apple stock. To the upside, 166.20, and then we could see a move all the way up to 170 on Apple stock. And now we're going to look at Tesla. On Tesla stock, it's up 1.28%, a dead cat bounce on Friday. But look at this, Tesla still extremely oversold, trading below lower Bollinger Band, which is sitting around 167, which is also a big resistance here on Tesla. We did not get that breakout on Friday above 167, and now Tesla likes to run on Monday. So there is a possibility on Tesla. We could see Tesla gapping up over 167, or when the market opens, Tesla can break 167. We're going to see more upside all the way up to right here, 175, and then possibly will fill the gap at 177.65. Now below 167, Tesla will remain oversold, and the next target to the downside will be down here at 155, and then 146.41 to close this massive gap on bottom. And that's where I'll be buying more shares of Tesla, probably another 150 shares right here. And anything below 140, guys, I'll be just buying more Tesla shares. And now we're going to look at Google. Google stock is absolutely flat on Friday, and once again retesting the support 105, holding it, and now it's sitting close to 106. We did not get that breakout above 106.40. So we have resistance right here, orange line, 13 SMA, 106.40, and above that, Google can fill the gap at 107.59 and then Google can also run up to 110 where this upper Bollinger Band is sitting. Now below 105 there is going to be a lot of downside on Google stock. This thing can dump all the way down to even 100, and that is going to be a dip buy on Google stock. And now we're going to look at Amazon. And not to toot my own horn on Amazon, I've been calling it out that 104 breaks, we're going to see Amazon heading higher up to 108.88 to close that massive gap on top. And look at this move on Friday, guys. Amazon skyrocketed up 3% and ran all the way up to, actually I missed it right here, I'd have shorted some shares of Amazon right here at 108 because there's not much upside above upper Bollinger Band. It's going to pull back, or even some puts right here on Amazon would pay. And look at this, it actually came down after hitting 108. It was getting way away from this upper Bollinger Band, and then came down and now closed right on top of this Bollinger Band at 106.73. So Amazon stock getting way ahead of itself right now. But also, I mean, yes, it can possibly push a bit higher up to 109, 108.88 to close that gap on top. And if that can hold and some consolidation, we got another gap up here close to 113, 114. So Amazon definitely on a strong bullish trend. We have all the moving averages on Amazon positively sloping to the upside, and this is a strong bullish trend and also a breakout on Amazon. Tomorrow, Amazon stock somehow gets down to 104. I'll be day trading Amazon right here, buying the dip at 104, and we will see a bounce from this level definitely on Amazon. This was a big resistance to break at 104, and now it's out of the woods. It's looking bullish. We have a bull trend. Amazon can move higher, and before the earnings, I mean, it is this week. So if they come out with good earnings, this thing can pop. We could see 130s on Amazon. That is possible. Now with some really poor bad earnings, Amazon could be filling this gap down here at 186.40. And Amazon, I'm a long-term shareholder, so it's been up, down, all over the place. I'm just holding because I'm not selling for next at least 5 to 10 years. I'm holding, and I think there is huge upside potential on Amazon. This thing definitely can go up to 200, 300 in next 5 to 10 years. So there is massive upside potential on Amazon, and that's why I'm holding. And this is a good company. This is not no penny stock, so we all know what Amazon can do. And Amazon is everywhere, guys. I mean, they're taking over all over the place. You go out, all you see Amazon vans delivering stuff. So Amazon is a huge company, and this thing definitely at this level undervalued. And I think Amazon can go up to 200 to 300 easily with some good earnings, some big catalyst, and that could happen. We could see a massive bull run on Amazon. Now, I'm not calling it out for this week. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about next 5 years, 5 to 10 years. That could happen on Amazon. And, it might not even take that long, guys. I mean, look at NVIDIA. So Amazon definitely can get that move up to 200 or even 300. And that is why I'm a long-term investor on Amazon. And now we're going to look at Microsoft. On Microsoft, absolutely flat day, coming down to 283, going back up to 286, and now sitting close to 286, not really moving on Friday. And also, guys, big earnings this week on the 25th. So Microsoft can move the market, and we're going to get a clear direction for the market with Microsoft earnings this week. Now also, there are some weaknesses here on Microsoft because it did not get that breakout above 290. I mean, look at all these attempts right here. 1, 2. I mean, you can call all these right here. I mean, even right here, that's going to be 4th, 5th, 6th. And we did not get that breakout above 290. And now it looks like it's rolling over. But also, I just wanted to show you guys that even with bad earnings, yes, this thing can drop possibly down to 266. That's going to be a big move. I don't see that, but if it's like the worst earnings ever from Microsoft, yes, there could be a drop. But also look at this. Lower Bollinger Band moving up, sitting close to 276, 277. So it's not going to get under that level. And even if it does, it's going to be extremely oversold. We're going to see Microsoft bouncing back up to the upside again. Now, going into tomorrow, we have support right here at 285, and it's holding once again positively sloping white line 20 SMA. We have resistance at 287, blue line, and also orange line 13 SMA. 287 breaks, we could see a pop all the way up to 290. Now, below 285, watch out. Microsoft could be dropping down to 281 to fill this gap, and then more downside all the way down to 276 to fill this gap, align with this lower Bollinger Band. So we could see a bounce, and definitely you will be buying the dip at 276 if there is a dip tomorrow on Microsoft. And I don't see before the earnings Microsoft giving up 10 bucks. That is almost impossible to think unless there is a bad catalyst coming out before the earnings. Then we could see that drop, and that would be a dip buy and a day trade on Microsoft, buying the dip at 276 to 274. That was that breakout. Microsoft needs to break right here, 287.47, orange line and blue line 5 SMA, and then we could see a pop all the way up to 290, and above that, watch out for 294 to even 300 on Microsoft. And now we're going to look at Meta. On Meta, absolute flat day on Friday, coming down to 209.58, but end of the day, retracing 212.64, white line 20 SMA, and now it's closing above that level, holding this white line 20 SMA as a support. So 212.64, that is going to be a key level of support on Meta going into tomorrow. Now also on Wednesday, we got big earnings from Meta, and that is going to move the market also, guys. So we got Microsoft and also Meta, Amazon, and I think Google. So that is a huge earnings week this week. Now to the upside on Meta, we did not get that breakout above 220, so that is going to be a big level to break. But now we also have resistance around 216, and Meta can get past 216, then 220, and above that, Meta can run all the way up to 237. Now to the downside, right here, 212.64. That is the support on Meta, white line 20 SMA. And if this thing gets under that level, we could possibly see a drop all the way down to 201 to close this gap down here, at least in the short term. Now, that was that massive breakout at 197. And so far, this thing holding above that level. And now, even with bad earnings, guys, I mean, look at this insanity here. A lower Bollinger Band rapidly moving up, sitting at 201. So if this thing gets under 201, that is going to be extremely oversold. So watch out for that earnings. And I don't think we're going to see, a massive drop on Meta, even with bad earnings. The lowest this one can go possibly down to here, around 175, 173. But that is still a massive drop, like what, 45, 50 bucks. To the upside, this thing can also move, $30, $40. But right now, we got upper Bollinger Band sitting right here, right around 223. So Meta here, guys, I would not recommend to play earnings. That is gambling. But also, after the earnings, if there is a dip, definitely worth looking at it here on Meta, since we have a strong bullish trend right now. And it's out of the woods. Yes, we got so many gaps on bottom. I'm not recommending Meta to buy and go long term, but there could be a nice setup for a day trade or a swing trade that is possible after the earnings. So watch for a drop below 201. That would be a nice way to catch the dip and play it up to this lower Bollinger Band. Or with good earnings, wait for a dip, and this thing can rip even higher. And that's all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for watching.